when we're thinking about targeting what we do, it's across all areas of our business. Everything we do, it's across our training, our education, social media, promotion, everything that we do, we have to target. And it's a good idea if you sit down and go, where am I going with this? Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists, coaches, and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to the needs of you, the practicing natural therapist. We have interviews during the holiday season and business and mindset support each week, so you'll get the variety you need to enjoy and stay motivated in your practice. Don't forget to subscribe to receive the weekly episodes. And if you want to connect with me, always check the show notes, because that's where you'll find the links to book appointments and, of course, to join the Academy, the membership group, where there's constant connection and community with like-minded practitioners. Now, let's get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite Size Podcast. How the devil are you? Well, I've still got my voice thing going on, haven't I? But not to worry. It just means that you get a little bit of extra me. You get this deeper voiced version, but whatever. So what are we going to talk about today? Because we're at the end of November, right? December is almost upon us, and that means different things for different people. I do realize that. Some people, you've got kids. Some people will be going around holiday. Some people, nothing changes. They keep working, but things change for their clients. You might have more. I always had more anxiety clients coming in December because they had Christmas coming up, and then they had all of these social obligations and people they had to see that they didn't want to see. And it was quite a lot of counseling, really, for me with my clients around December. But we want to build this confidence, don't we? And you know that my Black Friday offer is there, the Done For You program, which we create in your voice. And when I say your voice, there are meditations there, and you can record them in your voice, or you can have them in my voice. But what I'm saying is they're in your voice, and that they're you. You are delivering what your clients need the way you want to deliver it. And that's what we're creating. Okay. The pediatric course, pediatric mastery course, which covers all the levels of pediatrics, is also, again, bonus sale. So they're there. Like, go and check them out. www.geraldinehadley.com. Right. Now, let's get on with what we're talking about today. So building that confidence as a natural therapist, we've got to focus on mastering our skills, prioritizing our existing skills. So rather than doing that over-education thing, you go out and you're trying to learn more and trying to learn more, we use what we've got. We have to structure for 2025 now. We're at the end of November. What are you doing in 2025? Have you set out a plan? We will be doing this together Thursday and Friday next week in the group. For those people who've got the Done For You course, and for my Academy members, we will be looking at what we're doing in 2025. We'll be structuring 2025 as well as creating that course, because we have to know when to deliver it and things like that. We have to decide who we are and what we do, what our niche is going to be. And then we have to get all this information out to the world, don't we? So how are we going to do that? We can offer incentives, like I'm offering an incentive now. Here is the incentive. Spend time with me. Buy the Done For You course. It's a really affordable price, and you get a lot of time with me, because I know that people need that, especially, we're at the end of the year. Everyone's counting their pennies a little bit, buy Christmas presents or whatever. But in the new year, we want to be able to flow into the new year, being and doing the things that we want to do, being the practitioner we want to be. And our client interaction will change because, as I said, I had anxiety clients coming in a lot during December because Christmas was coming and there's a lot of anxiety around that. So my client interaction changes, but at the same time, it's still the same because my behaviors in clinic are still the same. Encouraging my clients to share me as a practitioner. So as soon as they turn around and say, thank you so much, Geraldine, I'm like, can you write me a review? Right? It doesn't matter where they are in their work with you, where you are in a program with me. As soon as you say, thank you very much, I immediately say, can I use that as a testimonial? And there are issues, obviously, around testimonials, because if you're APRA registered, you can't have testimonials, but we're not. We aren't registered. We have associations for a reason. We're association accredited. Our associations accredit who we are. They say your education passes muster. Now, degree courses are wonderful, and it's wonderful that we have degrees, but there's not actually as many clinical hours in there as there were for the advanced diplomas, for example, because the colleges who are now offering degrees get to choose and decide what it is that you learn and do. It doesn't have to go through the associations anymore, whereas it used to have to go through the associations. So we still have to get those testimonials. We still have to get that understanding from one client to another, because word of mouth is huge, all right? So it doesn't matter what your education is, what your training background is, what your modality is. You need to get people talking about you, all right? I mean, Google My Business is a great way of doing that. If you're not on Google My Business, get on Google My Business. It's the easiest thing to do. It does take a little bit of time. You've got to get a code through the post, and then you type the code in, and then you remove your address from Google My Business so your address doesn't show up. We've got to seek support where we need it with the things that we need. The Done For You course and the Pediatric course, any of my other courses, there's support there. There's mentoring. There's help to get going. We can't expect to... I did actually meet a practitioner years and years ago, and she had an inheritance. She finished college and she'd got an inheritance. And so she went out, she opened rooms and literally put an A-frame sign outside and waited for people to walk in. Guess what? They didn't walk in. And then I saw her, and the only reason I saw her, because I trained with her, and I saw her in one of the super cheap pharmacies. I was like, oh, wow, what are you doing? Is this your side hustle? She said, no, this is my job. I lost everything because I threw all my eggs into one basket, but I didn't follow it up. I didn't seek support. I didn't do all of the things that I really needed to do to make my business work. And I realize that now, but it's too late and I've lost my inheritance. I was like, wow, that's huge. We've got to really think ahead. We've got to plan ahead. We have to look at our numbers. We have to balance our education and practice. We have to balance what we're doing, our home life and our business life. I'm working online, whereas a number of my clients actually want to see me in person. And I'm like, well, no, I don't actually have a room anymore. It has to be online. But my older clients are actually happy with a telephone call. So we have to work out how we're going to do this. Do we need to pay for a space like we did back in the day, like she did? What visibility can we get? Can we do some free talk somewhere? And they don't need to be long. Traditionally your webinar is an hour long and then you have questions, but that's actually often too much for your clients. Have you noticed the sicker the client is, the less they can handle from you, the less you can literally give them to do, to change, the sicker they are, because they haven't got the energy to put into those changes. Everything has to be simple. And it's like our own business growth. That has to be simple too. We have to sit down and be really targeted. Where am I going? What am I doing? What is my niche? What am I going to do here? I love social media. I can be on social media all the time. I hate social media. I'm going to post once a week religiously onto my story that then goes onto my page, is spread across the thing. I choose one social media platform and I get it to share to all the other platforms. This sort of thing. I hate it so much, I'm going to get someone else to do it. I haven't got time for it. I'll get somebody else to do it. And we have to focus on the things that we need in our business, the people that we need to help us, the people that we are supporting, our clients. We have to focus on retention of those clients. And if we're not retaining our clients, we have to find out why from them. We have to figure out, why aren't you coming back? Have I given you too much information in the first place? Do you feel that I didn't give you enough, that what I gave you was too hard? Did I not just at the end of the appointment ask to rebook your next appointment? What is it? Maybe a package is the way to go if client retention is difficult for you. When we're thinking about targeting what we do, it's across all areas of our business. Everything we do, it's across our training, our education, social media, promotion, everything that we do, we have to target. And it's a good idea if you sit down and go, where am I going with this? Of course, I'm going on about this because it's the end of November. We're about to hit the Christmas period, the holiday season. Everyone's away, everyone's on holiday. We want to go away. We want a holiday. Certainly in South Australia, the sun is out. It's hot. So we've got to think, where am I going? What is happening in 2025? Who can help me to sort this out? Who can help me create what I need to create? All right. So it's really important that we target what we do and that we leverage what we do. So have you got any questions? The Done For You course, I have already, because I did a beta program, which I didn't tell you about, obviously, because you didn't know until now. So I actually have testimonials for it, and because they're loving it. And I think that's important because I'm leveraging those testimonials, just like you have to leverage your testimonials as well. It's really important. We've all got to pay the bills. I've got bills to pay too. I'm not a millionaire. I love what I do and I love helping people. I love supporting people, but I'm also getting close to retirement. And so I'm not working as many hours. I've taken up pottery. We've sold our house. We're doing all of these things so that our life is more comfortable as we go forward. And that is targeted. 2023, we sat down and I said, we need to sell the house in 2025 when Eve finishes uni. And our daughter decided to do a double degree, so she doesn't finish till 2026. So we reevaluated, said, fine, we have to sell the house in 2026. The opportunity arose to sell it in 2025 after all. And so that's what we've done because we've got these long-term plans in place, both short and long-term. And the long-term have to be flexible, like changing our minds about when we're going to do things. As it is, it's worked out well. And we've done things when we needed to do them. But it's really important right now, obviously you're out working or like me, you're doing things where you're listening to a podcast. I always do lots of other things whilst I'm listening to podcasts. I think it's brilliant. But it's important that we sit down and target. So I'd like you to sit down now being as soon as you can, and really get out that calendar for next year. You must have seen mine, the big cardboard calendar that I have for the new year. And that just gives me an idea of when all the school holidays are, when I'm going to go on holiday, when I'm going to promote things, when's a good time to have people on. My podcast, like we're coming up over Christmas. I shouldn't call it Christmas because it's whatever it is to you and to everybody else. I shouldn't call it Christmas, just a word I use. So over our summer, all the podcasts are actually my guests from earlier in the year that went into the groups. So I'm reusing content. How can you reuse your content? They're really important podcasts. They're really good podcasts. You're going to learn from them. But it gives me a break. It gives this old voice that's decided to have long-term bronchitis at the moment. It's giving it a break. It's giving me a break because we all need a break from some things to come back refreshed and renewed. And that's why I have my pre-recorded guests over the summertime. And so that's what you've got to look forward to now, are some amazing guests coming up. So we have the summertime of guests, and it's going to be really good. If you didn't hear them the first time, or even if you did, it was a long time ago. And so you're going to gain from those conversations. And that's what all this is about, isn't it? It's about gaining. It's about gaining money, because you've got to earn money, bread and butter. It's about gaining lifestyle. It's about gaining connections. It's about learning. We absorb all sorts of things. And when we gain, so somebody might approach you for a collaboration. What are you going to get out of it? And what are they going to get out of it? Because you have to get out as much as they get out of it. So if you go to your local, doctor, surgery, or physiotherapist and say, hey, here I am, refer your clients to me, what do they get out of it? Make sure that you go in there saying, hey, if you refer your clients to me, I'll make sure that I'm referring you mine as well as myself. Here I am. But your clients, I'm going to work with you, and I'm going to make sure, physiotherapy client, that I'm giving them the nutrients they need for muscle and bone or whatever. The doctor surgery, well, I can't help them with surgery. I can't help them with something that needs them to go to hospital. Can't deal with a broken bone. But what I can deal with are things that are frustrating for you, like IBS, things that are frustrating for you, and you can see, the negative impact in their life, like eczema. The things that you see them struggling with, you can help to an extent, but you haven't got the time for, like anxiety, because I will sit there and talk to them for an hour, whereas you only have 15 minutes or half an hour if they pay for a long appointment. So I have that time to share with that client whilst they're on your medication, or we can work together to get them off it. So you're offering them, and they can clearly see your purpose. All right. They can clearly see that you can work together and it's targeted. Okay. So I'm going to leave it there because I've got lots of work to do. I've got lots of people to see because we've got, of course, the Done For You days in the first week of December. I can't wait for them. I've got people signed up already. I've got people who've completed the Done For You program and they're using it in their business successfully. And there's testimonials now for that as well that you can see. I'm seeing people one-to-one because, of course, that's the bonus to do with both of the courses. So with the Pediatric course and with the Done For You. And, of course, there is the Academy. If you wanted to join up, you get lots of content. You get help and support every single month. And basically, you're saving up for your quarterly one-to-ones with me. So it's a no-brainer, really. Anyway, because there's all sorts of things. And you're going, but what's the best thing for me? Make a focus call. Let's chat. Let's get together. And let's find out where we have to target things for you, because I can't wait to catch up with you. Now, I'm going to go. You know the deal. 5-star review. That'd be lovely since we're talking about reviews. Don't forget, you just scroll down on your phone there and leave a 5-star review and a few words. Obviously, some people have left, one person's left a 1-star review. Good on them, because of course they didn't say anything. That's always the way, isn't it? But make sure that you follow, you subscribe, and it'd be lovely to have a review. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope you have an absolutely brilliant summer season. I hope that you enjoy all the upcoming podcast recordings and that you gain a lot from them. Let me know how you go. And I'll look forward to catching up with you very, very soon. Cheers. Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.